This is the Radio Realtors.
I sold the house.
This is a home. This is a place to live. This is a place to live.
Northern California's longest running show on real estate.
Real estate is not just buying and selling houses.
What are you, some kind of real estate agent? Real estate agent?
I love real estate.
Ever since I laid eyes on that house, I wanted it.
The Radio Realtors.
I love every second.
Now, here's your host, Robert Lewis and Frank Crandall.
Let's go and sell some homes.
Well, okay. Welcome to the Radio Realtors, Northern California's #1 real estate radio show, proudly coming to you live from the Zotex Flooring, Cabinets and More Studios. My name is Robert Lewis, your real estate professor.
And I'm Frank Crandall, your consigliere of real estate.
We got a different producer today, Frank. I don't know if you know, but if you look over in the producer's room, it's actually Frank.
Yeah,
his name's Frank as well.
It's not Phil.
There's a lot of Franks in the building.
As they should be.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're happy to have Frank in for Phil and Rob and Frank here at the Radio Realtors. We are happy to be with you. And if you have any questions for us or comments, you can always reach out to us on our Radio Realtors hotline. Feel free to call us or text us at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO.
Hey, Rob, if they miss our broadcast, where else could they find us?
Well, you know what, Frank? I don't know if you're aware of this. No, I'm just kidding. I know that you're aware of it. But we have a podcast, too. And our podcast can be found anywhere where you can find podcasts. If you look at Amazon, Spotify, Apple. I mean, there's
veritable plethora.
There's got to be at least 20 or 30 areas on the interwebs that you can find our podcast. So.
Yeah, I think a lot of people that I talk to, they listen to the podcast because they're busy with family. Sometimes they don't get to listen to the radio, but they don't want to miss 1 week of it, and they're listening to the podcast.
Yeah, well, you know what? And I critique myself, and I will go ahead and listen to the podcast every once in a while just to kind of go, man, I could have done that a little bit better. Or
what
whatever.
An idiot you say that.
I can't believe that I said that. Yeah. So
what are you doing?
We're not the only ones, right? That's for sure. And now you can live chat with us also 24/7 on our website at radiorealtors.com. That's radiorealtors.com, a great place to go. But definitely, thanks for reminding me about the podcast, because the podcast is a great place to go, and there's well over 100 shows. We've got lots of downloads, and you can learn a lot. And sometimes we send people there. If they're a brand new home buyer, we say, hey, go listen to our podcast number 72. You can learn all about home buying and our process and our strategy.
We are here to entertain.
We are here to entertain, but we're also here to inform, and we're also here to help you get a great deal on a home if you're a buyer and get the maximum amount for your home if you're a seller. And we do have a great show for you today. In fact, we have some really good topics. The first thing is we're going to talk about, well, for you buyers, the Radio Realtors Smart Buyer's Guide to Choosing the Perfect Property.
Number 2, Ask the Inspector segment from Hawkeye Home Experts featuring Ray Overton.
That's right. And number 3, an interview about a new and affordable home community that's starting in the low 400,000.
Yeah, we got 2 of those
This is another one. That's right. Yeah, absolutely. So once again, you can connect with us on the Radio Realtors hotline anytime at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Or you can always live chat with us 24/7, any time of the day or night at our website. It's theradiorealtors.com or radiorealtors.com. We'll get you there. Or you can just Google the Radio Realtors, and you know what? You will find us there. Now, last week, we talked to you home sellers specifically. But this week, we really, really want to talk to you home buyers, because we're talking to a lot of you out there, and it seems like there's some trepidation, out there. And, daydreaming about owning your own home is one of the most intoxicating practices known to modern man, especially now that we've got HGTV and the house flipping shows that really, Frank, it's so funny watching those shows that, even like International House Hunters, it just makes it look so easy to buy home. It's a cakewalk. You go out there and you look at 3 houses, and then you choose one of the 3, and then everything magically comes together and you get a great price, and you're on your way to just the American dream.
But that's where the nightmare comes in.
Right. But when the time actually comes to put your money where your daydream is, it can be especially especially challenging for first-time buyers, for sure.
And Rob, I think one of the main challenges is trying to understand how a home that doesn't currently come anywhere close to dream status could be whipped into shape.
And Frank, how a home that a buyer thinks is perfect right now could end up feeling like a mistake in a couple years. So to avoid that unfortunate scenario, first-time buyers, they need to really think carefully and weigh all your options.
And after considering all these factors that we're going to share with you today, you should be well prepared to choose a house that feels like home today and for years to come.
All right, so our Smart Buyer's Guide to Choosing the Perfect Property. Item number 1 is the word affordability. And first and foremost, you need a home that you can afford. I mean, it seems so simple, but there's no sense in deciding that you must have 4 bedrooms when the most you can afford in your market is a 2 or 3 bedroom house.
Yeah, my father, God rest his soul, used to have this best saying for people, and it says, you have champagne taste on a beer budget.
That's right. But you could have, isn't Miller the champagne of beers?
Champagne of beers.
So so you could at least have the champagne of beers.
Yeah, you don't need to go through the entire process of getting pre-approved for a mortgage before you can start even considering what you want.
Right. A lot of times people put the cart before the horse. So we really recommend that you give us a call right now at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Or you can live chat with us at RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com.
Let us help you understand what your current housing market looks like in the areas that you are interested in.
And then with the help of one of our preferred mortgage lenders, Frank, we're going to look at all your mortgage options because that is the most critical thing to getting a home. And then we're going to think about the down payment size and your own current finances so you can get a realistic idea of what you can spend on your new home.
All right, you ready, Rob?
I'm ready.
Our Smart Buyer's Guide to Choosing the Perfect Property, item number 2 is bedrooms, bathrooms, and square footage.
Yeah, Frank, you know what size your household is and whether it's likely to grow in the future. And you also know how much space you're going to likely need based on your current household's configuration.
And things have changed since COVID, Rob.
That's for sure.
If you work from home, then your desire for a little more space and a room for a home office might be non-negotiable. Whereas if you're used to commuting to an office every day, you may not need a home office after all.
Yeah, Frank. So with our Smart Buyer's Guide, we really think that you need to get a handle on the minimum number of bedrooms and bathrooms you'll need in a home, in any home you buy. And if you can, try to come up with some parameters for square footage as well.
In addition to that, you may want to think about your overall lot size. For example, if you're an avid gardener or if you have large dogs, you'll need some space to play in the yard.
That's right. Now, our Smart Buyer's Guide to Choosing the Perfect Property, item number 3 is special features.
Oh, I love this one, Rob, because once you understand your basic requirements for a home, you can start thinking about additional features that you would like to have.
Yeah, Frank, and maybe you want a garage to store your tools, or you want a fenced-in yard for your aforementioned dogs we talked about, or maybe a deck where you can lay out and soak up the sun, on the weekends.
And not only that, Rob, you should also consider the school district where you buy a home because even if you don't have kids, it's smart to keep in mind any buyers who could purchase your home from you in the future that might have kids.
That's right, Frank. And some of these special features might be nice to haves that you're looking at, and you might decide that some are absolute necessities. But you want to confide in us, your realtors, when we're looking at homes before you make any final decisions about necessities, though, because it's quite possible that some of the things on your must-have list can be easily added once you move in. Now, we've got to go to break. We're going to come back with our Smart Buyer's Guide to Choosing the Perfect Property, item number 4, and it's a really, really good one. You're going to want to hear about it. Stick with us. If you'd like to get a hold of the Radio Realtors, we would love to hear from you. 833-32-RADIO is our number. That's 833-32-RADIO. Or we can live chat with you 24/7 at our website, RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com, and we'll be back right after this. You know, there are some people that believe that all mortgage lenders are the same. But do you believe that diamonds and cubic zirconia are the same? Well, at first glance, they look very similar, but to the trained eye, they are totally different because one's a fake. What's even worse is when you're in the middle of buying a home and you discover that your mortgage lender is a cubic zirconia. This discovery could make you lose your dream home and your hard-earned money. And if you want the real thing and not a fake when it comes to buying your next home, you need the diamond of lenders, Jeff Compton with Guild Mortgage. Jeff and his team, they're devoted to helping you get the right loan with the best interest rates and the lowest fees. And Jeff can close fast, in many cases, in as little as 10 to 21 days. For a quick response, you can call or text Jeff at 916-765-2900. That's 916-765-2900. Or apply online at jeffcompton.com. That's jeffcompton.com. NMLS ID number 298997. Equal housing lender.
Trust the Hawkeye Home Experts. Buying and selling a home can be stressful, but not with Hawkeye. Hawkeye Home Experts make home, pest, and roof inspections a breeze. If you're buying a home, Hawkeye will inspect it and give you a detailed report showing current and future problems that other companies might miss. If you're selling a home, Hawkeye will reveal anything that might get in the way of an easy transaction. Think Hawkeye, your trusted home inspection company. Online at HawkeyeHomeExperts.com. HawkeyeHomeExperts.com. Trust the Hawk.
If you're like a lot of people, you may have put your plans for buying a home on hold because you're worried about higher interest rates. Well, I'm here to tell you that there's a silver lining with these higher rates. You see, the higher rates are temporary, and so are the stabilizing home prices, because as soon as rates go down again, more home buyers will enter the market, and that's sure to raise home prices once again. Even financial guru Dave Ramsey says that right now is the best time to buy a home in the next 5 years. There's a lot of people that decided to wait to buy a home last year or even the year before, and they're kicking themselves now. And if you're paying $2,000 a month in rent, you're paying $24,000 a year toward your landlord's mortgage. Did you know that there are down payment assistance programs where we may be able to get you in a home for little to no money down? Let us help you become a homeowner. Get pre-approved today. Call the Radio Realtors right now at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Or live chat with us at RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com.
This is the Radio Realtors.
I sold the house.
This is a home. This is a place to live. This is a place to live.
Northern California's longest running show on real estate.
Real estate is not just buying and selling houses.
What are you, some kind of real estate agent? Real estate agent?
I love real estate. Ever since I laid eyes on that house, I wanted it.
The Radio Realtors. I love every second.
Now, here's your host, Robert Lewis and Frank Crandall.
Let's go and sell some homes.
It's crazy. We've been having a lot of celebrity deaths and things going on here, Frank. It's not good. I don't like seeing that. And we had Olivia Newton-John, Anne Hesh, the actress. She was in that great movie. It's like 4 Days and 5 Nights with Harrison Ford, which I thought that was a great movie.
Oh, I'm still trying to get over all the mafia guys.
Oh yeah, Paul Sorvino and it's
Ray Liotta and James Caan.
Yeah, James Caan. Gosh, yeah, James Caan was a great actor.
Yep.
Yeah. In fact, he's more famous for Elf than he is for Godfather.
I know he is.
Isn't that funny? But anyway, well, we're back, apparently. Frank didn't let us know. Frank is our producer for today. He did give me the thumbs up, but I thought it was the thumbs up that
cut him some
we're
slack.
Just doing a great job.
Cut him the slack.
Yeah, he's new for us today. So, but welcome back to the Radio Realtors. We are Northern California's #1 real estate radio show, and we are coming to you live from the Zotex Flooring, Cabinets, and More studios. And my name is, of course, Robert Lewis, your real estate professor.
And I'm Frank Crandall, your consigliere of real estate.
And you know what? We are talking to you today, especially you potential home buyers that may be out there sitting on the fence, maybe thinking about buying a home. But we're giving you the Radio Realtors Smart Buyer's Guide to Choosing the Perfect Property. And you look like you're hungry for something. What is going on?
It's just,
you're just excited?
No, it's just I'm so excited for the buyers right now, and they think that they've got some hurdles to overcome, but it is a perfect storm for you to buy right now. What's the alternative? Are you going to rent? Do you know what rent has gone up?
Yeah, rent is continuing to rise.
You're just burning your money.
You are. And I think a lot of times people are looking at it and they go, it's not a good time to buy because interest rates are so high. Well, interest rates are higher, but they've been fluctuating. and eventually they're going to go down again. So why not capitalize? Why a lot of people are pumping the brakes and snoozing here and waiting for rates to go down and prices to go down. They're going to be waiting for a long time.
Yeah, get your house now, refi in 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months or a year. We don't know what the future holds for interest rates and for home prices. And a lot of people are thinking that we're going to have a market crash. I just don't see it because we don't have a bunch of crazy loans out there. Most people that even if they had some problems because of COVID-19 and weren't able to make their mortgage payment, they have equity for sure. I've had people that have over $100,000 in equity in the last 18 months. Unless you bought your home like 20 minutes ago, you got equity.
Yeah.
Definitely so.
That's the big difference.
Absolutely.
Homes have equity.
Yeah. So just recapping a couple of our smart buyer guide to choosing the perfect property items. Number one was affordability. You need to have a home and buy a home that you can afford. I mean, it's really, really simple. The best way to do that is talk to one of our preferred mortgage lenders and get pre-approved. We call it RWA certified. That's ready, willing, and able. And that's a certification from the Radio Realtors that your loan is as good as cash. And it's a great way to go. It carries a lot of weight with sellers. So give us a call. Let us get you paired up with one of our preferred mortgage lenders and get you pre-approved and certified today. 833-32-RADIO is our number. That's 833-32-RADIO. Now, our smart buyer's guide to choosing the perfect property item number 2 is you got to know your bedrooms, bathrooms, and square footage. You need to know how many you need because, I mean, you know better what your household is. And so if you've got a family, you know, you might need 4 bedrooms or what have you. You might need square footage, a nice backyard that's fenced in for your dogs. You might really want a pool because, you know, you want to have summertime fun and staycations at your house. There's a lot of different things. Also, what, like you mentioned, COVID-19 made a lot of people be able to work from home and they needed a home office space. So, you know, if you're looking at a home, you might need that extra room so that you can have your home office space. Item number 3 is special features. And, you know, you might need a garage to store your tools, or you might maybe need, you know, a shed or a lot size. I mean, there's a lot of different things that are must-haves. And then there's some things that are nice to have. You might say, hey, you know, I'd really like to have a backyard space with a little kitchen area and maybe some sort of pergola or something like that. Well, that's something that you could, once you move in, you could add, you know, and it's easy to add. Now, what is our number 4 item, Frank?
Yeah, item number 4 is location matters a lot.
A lot.
No pun intended on that
yeah,
one.
well, I think the pun was intended, but I liked it. But, you know, smart first-time buyers will want to think beyond a school district when choosing a home. How close is your home to major highways in the area? And is that a good thing or a bad thing for you? How close are you to work, you know, where you're going to work? And are there other job opportunities or thriving industries nearby that house?
Other questions you should ask are, what's the shopping like? Are there parks and recreation centers? And where's the best grocery store?
Right, because you're buying a neighborhood just as much as you're buying a home. And unlike your home, there isn't usually a lot you can do to change your neighborhood.
So make sure you're fully aware what the area where you're hoping to buy is like, both positive and negative, and understand how that's going to affect your life while you're in the home and any buyers who come after you.
That's a good point. So our smart buyer's guide to choosing the perfect property, item number 5 is focus on what you can't change.
Yeah, Rob, it's really easy to fall in love with one part of a home and allow it to cloud a truer vision of your future.
That's correct. And maybe the kitchen is perfect for reimagining yourself in one of those Netflix cooking shows. But if there aren't enough bedrooms or bathrooms in the home, then you're going to regret the purchase soon after you move in.
You really want to try to look beyond the trims and finishes to focus on the aspects of the home that are fixed and unchanging, like the lot size or the location of the property.
And what we usually do before touring a potential home is get your list of must-haves and help you decide if a home could fit that list with a little bit of work.
And we can help you figure out if a house that you think is just okay today might actually be your dream home in disguise.
That is so true, Frankie. You can change out carpeting for hardwood floors and redo a kitchen over time, but if your heart is set on waterfront property or something like that, that may take a few thousand years to manifest, you know, and you probably don't have that long. So.
Okay, our smart buyer's guide to choosing the perfect property. We're on item number 6. is that really a bargain?
Yeah, if you're faced with a choice between a home that seems like a bargain but requires some fixing up and a home that's more expensive but requires little or no work, the question you should be asking is, which should you choose?
In general, you probably want to opt for paying more out of pocket today for a home that's still standing solidly tomorrow. There might be a good reason why that home is listed at a bargain price. It might be too expensive and time-consuming for anyone to reasonably fix.
Yeah, and this is another area where the Radio Realtors can help you understand whether a home's condition is really worth the savings, because we've seen homes of all ages and in many different conditions, and we can let you know what issues typically arise in homes and whether the place you're thinking about might be at risk for exhibiting one or more of those issues.
And Rob, when you know how to choose the perfect property, you're in a good place to start your home search, even if you've never bought a home before.
Very true, Frank, because once you've got your short list of what you're seeking, we can help you take the next step toward your dream of home ownership. Now, this is what you got to do if you're thinking about buying a home. And you know what? If you're just thinking about it, Frank, that's the first step. Thinking about it, well, you got to make the phone call and get off the fence. And it's so easy to do with the Radio Realtors.
Guys, just because you make the phone call, you're not obligated to anything.
No, you're not. You're not paying any money. It's free to get pre-approved. So all you got to do is just give us a call at 833-32-RADIO, 833-32-RADIO, or you can get a hold of us on our website, radiorealtors.com. That's radiorealtors.com. The process is so simple. You connect with us. We put you in touch with one of our preferred mortgage lenders. Then once we get you in that pre-approval process, or what we call the RWA certification, then we're going to sit down with you or talk over the phone, or we could even Zoom or whatever, and go over the strategy. We ask you what you're looking for in a home, what payment you're comfortable with, all those things to make sure that you're ready. And then we go out, we do the fun stuff. We get to tour homes with you, go look at them, check things out. And you know what? Invariably, people find something that they want to put an offer on. And the best thing that can happen is maybe we find 2 or 3 that you love. And you say, hey, you know what, Rob? Hey, you know what, Frank? I could live in any one of these 3 homes. And so what we do, we put offers in and see if maybe the sellers are in a situation where they may be wanting to deal. And right now, yeah, interest rates are a little bit higher, but there's fewer buyers on the market. There's more homes coming on the market. There's a shift happening, and you could possibly get a deal right now.
And Rob, tell them the good part. You don't pay a commission to us.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, as a buyer, guess what? You don't pay your agent. The seller pays us.
That's right.
And so this is, and this is how it is in California. It's not like that in every single state in the country, apparently. But here in California, that's how it works. And so if you're wanting to buy a home, you might be able to, with our down payment assistance programs that we have through our preferred mortgage lenders, you might be able to get into a home as little as like $1,500 out of pocket. It is quite possible. So if there ever was a time, and I know that some of you guys are really worried about interest rates, but interest rates are still lower than the average.
Yeah, 5.5 is not that bad.
Yeah, and I mean, if it's under 6%, and then we're even seeing that there are some sellers that are willing to buy down your rate and those types of things. And there are definite things that we can do to help you get the best deal as a buyer. So give us a call. Don't wait around. I don't know why you're waiting.
Just say yes.
Yeah, just say yes. 833-32-RADIO is our number. That's 833-32-RADIO. We want to work with you. So give us a call, 833-32-RADIO, 833-32-RADIO, or live chat with us 24/7 at our website, radiorealtors.com. That's radiorealtors.com. And we'll be back right after this. Hey, this is Robert Lewis.
And Frank Crandall.
And we are the Radio Realtors, and we're personally inviting you to Frank's Golf Tournament. It's a charity golf tournament called Swing for the Kids 2022. It's the 9th annual charity golf tournament. It's presented by the Frank R. Crandall Foundation, and it benefits Shriners Hospitals for Children right here in Sacramento.
It is happening on Monday, September 12th. Shotgun starts at 9 a.m., 7:30 a.m. The registration table opens up. It's going to be right here on Rancho Murrieta Country Club on the North Course. Rob, give them the details.
Well, it's only a $150 donation to be a part of the tournament. We're going to have men's and women's competitions, closest to the hole, longest drive, a putting contest, raffle prizes. Breakfast and lunch are included, as well as beer, soda, and water, and it is going to be a great event. To register, all you need to do is give us a call at the Radio Realtors, 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO.
Hey, if you need flooring for your home, you need Zotex Flooring. They're your partners as you redesign or remodel your home. Check out their hundreds of amazing reviews on Yelp and Google. Zotex is family run, and their friendly design experts will help you pick a beautiful floor that suits your home and lifestyle. Zotex also has a wide selection of cabinets and countertops. 4 showrooms to serve you: Sacramento, Rockland, Vacaville, and now in Elk Grove. Find them online at ZOTHEXflooring.com. That's ZotexFlooring.com.
Hi, this is Jerry with Chim Chimney Professional Fireplace and Home Services. Last year was our best ever, and to show our appreciation, we're offering discounts for all your spring cleaning and honeydew list. We're called Chim Chimney, so of course we do chimney cleaning and repairs, but we're also the trusted pros at rain gutter cleaning, dryer vent cleaning, pressure washing, tree trimming, and junk removal. Call us today at 916-247-6579 or online at thechimchimney.com. That's thechimchimney.com.
This is the Radio Realtors.
I sold a house.
This is a home. This is a place to live. This is a place to live.
Northern California's longest running show on real estate.
Real estate is not just buying and selling houses.
What are you, some kind of real estate agent? Real estate agent?
I love real estate. Ever since I laid eyes on that house, I wanted it.
The Radio Realtors. I love every second.
Now, here's your host, Robert Lewis and Frank Crandall.
Let's go and sell some homes.
All right, welcome back to the Radio Realtors. This is one of our favorite segments. It's Ask the Inspector, and with us in the studio is our good friend Ray Overton. He is the owner of Hawkeye Home Experts, and he just happens to be one of their best inspectors as well. So we've got all the great information, and what we try to do is we put out questions that you guys can ask. So you can do that by going to our website at radiorealtors.com. You can go to our Facebook page. We get people texting in questions and things like that. But the more we do this, the more we find the more questions that you, our listeners, have. So today we are going to go through some great questions from you guys, and we're putting Ray on the hot seat. So thanks for being on the Radio Realtors today.
Thanks for having me, Rob.
Yeah, of course. Well, let's get right to it. Our first question is from Judy in Rockland, and Judy says, why is my electrical panel outside and not inside?
Oh, yeah, I get asked that question all the time. Why is this out here? People, I think it's from too much television. Seeing the horror movies where the guy's on the outside of the house and he turns off their power to their house.
Right. But they snap the cables or whatever.
Yeah. But
okay.
the reason is for fire.
Okay.
So, and it's a good thing to know how to turn off your electrical panel as well as your gas meter, because those are two main sources of fire. So we put them on the outside because we're in earthquake country.
Sure.
So if we have an earthquake and we have a fire start in the house, we want to be able to have the firemen shut off your power and shut off your gas right away. So I tell people, don't put a lock on this thing. If you're really concerned about security and you have a security system, it'll have a battery backup. So it'll still work even though the power's turned off. So Don't put a lock on them. It's a good thing to have it outside just in case of fire.
Sure. You know, it's funny. It's one of those, what you said about horror movies. I mean, it's always that way. The lights go off. The call is coming from inside the house.
Right.
What? It's funny, though. People always kind of wait around for a little while. Man, if someone told me that the call was coming from inside the house and there was Mike Myers or whatever, I would be outside
the house.
Well, I mean, unless I had a family member that I had to, take care of and get out. But if I was alone, I just would be gone. I would be running down the street. You know, so.
We teach people, this is how you shut off your gas meter.
Okay.
You need a wrench, turn it to a horizontal position, turns gas off to the whole house. This is why, if you had a fire, try to educate our buyers.
Right. And then also with the electrical panel, I mean, there's a main off, right?
Yeah.
It turns off everything, right? You flip that switch.
Usually it says service disconnect.
Service disconnect.
Yeah,
I know. And it depends on what kind you have, right?
Correct.
Yeah, definitely so. Now, what is the difference? This is from Jim in San Leandro, one of our favorite areas there. What is the difference in electrical sub-panels compared to main panels?
Oh, okay. Yeah, your main panel is where your meter is going to be, that round thing that spins all the time, especially in the summertime.
Sure.
When you run your AC. That's your main that's your main disconnect panel. That's where most of your breakers are coming out of. A sub panel is anything downline from that. Maybe you have a sub panel in the garage, maybe in a utility room or something like that. And that's a distribution panel also, and usually it's because there's not enough room in the main panel.
Okay.
So you need more circuits, or maybe you have a really large house or something and maybe split up. And so that sub panel is treated a little bit differently in the way it's wired, but yeah.
Good answer. Hopefully it answered Jim's question there. I didn't know what the difference was either, so thanks, Jim, for that.
There actually is a lot of regulations on that and standards. So if you had a sub panel, let's say in a garage that's not connected to the house, that panel would also have to have a main disconnect in it. But if you had a sub panel inside that connected building, even if we have a multifamily building, let's say, all the main panels are on the outside, and then each unit of that multifamily building would have a sub panel inside of it. They're not required to have a main disconnect.
Okay.
So if you need to turn power off to the whole building or the whole unit, you may have to go outside to the main panel to hit that service disconnect.
Got it. Okay. That makes sense. All right. So the next question, it looks like it's from Norma in Meadow Vista. And I like this question a lot because I've had this question myself. What is a heat pump, and is it a good thing?
Yeah, actually it is a good thing, especially if you have solar panels.
Okay.
Because it's all electric.
Okay, but what is a heat pump?
Heat pump is an air conditioner, basically, that reverses. There's a reversing mechanism inside of the condensing unit that will reverse. Instead of giving you cold air, and now it's going to give you the hot air.
Right, okay.
So, yeah, it's
but can a heat pump give you cold air too?
Yes.
Okay.
Heat pump is an air conditioner.
So that's why it sounds weird, right?
Yeah.
So you think it's just for heat.
Yeah.
But it also can give you your air conditioning as well.
And that you can have a dual pack heat pump, which is like one box maybe on the roof or outside, or you could have a split system heat pump where you have the condensing units outside and what they call the air handler might be in the hallway or might be in the attic. And there's no gas to this. It's all electric.
Okay.
Yep. And they're very efficient. Sure. And they condition the air in heat and cooling modes, which means they're pulling out moisture out of the air.
Interesting.
So it dries it up a little bit. But if you don't have solar, it will tax your electrical bill a little bit more.
A little bit more, huh?
Yeah.
So they're not as energy efficient unless you have solar.
And really what I tell people too is you should keep your house at a pretty constant temperature. You don't want to go to work and have that thing, let's say in the summertime, you don't want to turn or program your thermostat to go to 85 or 90 just because you're not home and then have it come back down to 78 when you normally get home. You want to keep it, pretty consistent temperature because you don't want all your furniture, your walls, everything's going to heat up. And now home and that thing's just working like heck trying to get everything cooled down again. So it's way more energy efficient, costs you a lot less just to keep your home at a pretty constant temperature.
That's good. That's good to know.
Yep.
Definitely so. And what would you say that constant temperature should be if it was your house?
I like about 68 in the summer and about 68 in the winter. No,
68, huh? Yeah, because now 72 is the dead zone, right? So it's like that. But
yeah,
68?
No, 78 is what they recommend in the summertime. In these hot locations like Sacramento.
Yeah, definitely so.
But we come across people, they got it down to 72. That thing's running constantly.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. All right, so we've got time for one more question. And this one is from Katrina in Auburn. And Katrina says, does a home inspector have to walk on my roof?
No, we don't. So
sometimes you don't want to walk on the roof because it's like a tile roof or something.
Well, we do walk on tile roofs, but if it's going to cause damage, if we have to do something that might cause damage, like walk in an attic that's not really accessible or may hurt us, we're not required to. And that's part of our standards of practice. So most home inspectors, they should belong to an organization that has a standards of practice for them. So it tells you, and it's also in our inspection agreement, that we don't do things that may hurt us or hurt the home. So it's kind of up to our own abilities and our own personality whether or not we're going to walk on that roof. I teach my guys, if you can walk on it safely, you should walk on it.
Okay, yeah, just to make sure everything's
absolutely. And then
okay.
We also have our roofing contractor that we work with. So when we can't do those homes, or if somebody preferred to have a roofing contractor do it, we have them do it. And then today we have drones. So if it's a 2-story home and there's no room to get up there, roofing contractor pulls his drone out and can fly over the top of it.
And now the cameras on those are so good.
They are good.
Yeah, so they become drone pilots as well as roof inspectors.
Yep.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, you can use those for a lot of things these days.
And they have robots these days that can crawl under the house. Okay. So if you have maybe a really wet crawl space or a really tight crawl space that a regular person couldn't get in, these robots can go down there, and it's really incredible with that camera that you can see everything.
No kidding. Yeah, it's amazing what technology can do.
Yep.
Eventually,
we won't need to be here.
Yeah, just have the robots do the home inspections, So, well, that is a good question coming from Katrina in Auburn. And, I know that like sometimes you guys don't want to walk on the roofs because maybe it's wet or what have you. Like I remember one time on one of my inspections, it was raining and you guys decided to come back on a day that it was dry to just finish the roof part of that inspection.
And actually there's some roofs that I tell my guys, you do not walk on these roofs. So especially concrete tile roofs. Some of the roofs don't have a solid decking under the roofing tile. So they'll have what's called skip sheathing. And the purpose is to keep less weight on the structure. And they have these methods. They put these metal channels on the roof, framing, and there's no solid decking under them, and there's just no way you can walk on those without cracking them. Believe me, I know.
Yeah, so you want to make sure that you
I've tried them all.
So if you don't want someone to be walking on your roof, Judy, you don't have to have them walk on your roof. Sometimes they can use the drone and do some different things, but it just depends upon the type of roof you have and the pitch and the weather and all those things. Yeah, So if you have a question for our inspector, Hawkeye Home Experts and Ray Overton, all you got to do is give us a call at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Or you can live chat with us on our website. It's RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com. And you can always go to their website to book your inspections. Their website is real easy. It's HawkeyeHomeExperts.com. That's HawkeyeHomeExperts.com. And if you want to go to our website, you can actually go to our website and then just click on the Hawkeye Home Experts logo, and it will take you right to their website anyway. So it's super, super easy to get your inspections booked. Well, we've got to go to break, and we will be back right after this. We are the Radio Realtors.
There are some people that believe that all mortgage lenders are the same. But do you believe that diamonds and cubic zirconia are the same? Well, at first glance, they look very similar. But to the trained eye, they are totally different because one's a fake. What's even worse is when you're in the middle of buying a home and you discover that your mortgage lender is a cubic zirconia. This discovery could make you lose your dream home and your hard-earned money. And if you want the real thing and not a fake when it comes to buying your next home, you need the diamond of lenders, Jeff Compton with Guild Mortgage. Jeff and his team, they're devoted to helping you get the right loan with the best interest rates and the lowest fees. And Jeff can close fast in many cases in as little as 10 to 21 days. For a quick response, you can call or text Jeff at 916-765-2900. That's 916-765-2900. Or apply online at jeffcompton.com. That's jeffcompton.com. NMLS ID number 298997. Equal housing lender.
Trust the Hawk, Hawkeye Home Experts. Buying and selling a home can be stressful, but not with Hawkeye. Hawkeye Home Experts make home, pest, and roof inspections a breeze. If you're buying a home, Hawkeye will inspect it and give you a detailed report showing current and future problems that other companies might miss. If you're selling a home, Hawkeye will reveal anything that might get in the way of an easy transaction. Think Hawkeye, your trusted home inspection company. Online at HawkeyeHomeExperts.com. HawkeyeHomeExperts.com. Trust the Hawk.
If you're like a lot of people, you may have put your plans for buying a home on hold because you're worried about higher interest rates. Well, I'm here to tell you that there's a silver lining with these higher rates. You see, the higher rates are temporary, and so are the stabilizing home prices, because as soon as rates go down again, more home buyers will enter the market, and that's sure to raise home prices once again. Even financial guru Dave Ramsey says that right now is the best time to buy a home in the next 5 years. There's a lot of people that decided to wait to buy a home last year or even the year before, and they're kicking themselves now. And if you're paying $2,000 a month in rent, you're paying $24,000 a year toward your landlord's mortgage. Did you know that there are down payment assistance programs where we may be able to get you in a home for little to no money down? Let us help you become a homeowner. Get pre-approved today. Call the Radio Realtors right now at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. Or live chat with us at RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com.
This is the Radio Realtors.
I sold the house.
This is a home. This is a place to live. This is a place to live.
Northern California's longest running show on real estate.
Real estate is not just buying and selling houses.
What are you, some kind of real estate agent? Real estate agent?
I love real estate. Ever since I laid eyes on that house, I wanted it.
The Radio Realtors. I love every second.
Now, here's your host, Robert Lewis and Frank Crandall.
Let's go and sell some homes.
All right, welcome back to the Radio Realtors. We are Northern California's #1 real estate radio show. We are proudly coming to you live from the Zothex Flooring, Cabinets, and More studios. My name is Robert Lewis, your real estate professor. And you know, we haven't done a lot of promoting of new home communities on the Radio Realtors in the past. And you know, the reason for this is because, you know, we haven't felt that there's a lot of them that we've come across that are a really good deal for our listeners and our clients. However, over the last couple of months, we have learned about a few. And now this particular community that we're talking about this week on the Radio Realtors is a community that's about 30 minutes from Lincoln, 40-ish from Roseville, 30 minutes from North Natomas, about 35 minutes from downtown Sacramento. And due to special arrangements with the community, we can only give you the exact location once you have a short phone call with our undercover representative from the community. And we do have that undercover rep online too, but before he gives you the 411 on this community, we want to let you know that if you allow us, the Radio Realtors, to refer you and represent you to this community, if you decide to buy there, you'll not only get the incentives that the community and their lender offer, but you'll also receive $1,000 towards your closing costs or a gift card to Home Depot or Lowe's from us here at the Radio Realtors. And it's an incredible deal. So if you like what you hear, make sure you reach out to the Radio Realtors right away so we can get you set up with a private tour. You can call our number, write this number down, 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO, or contact us via live chat at RadioRealtors.com. That's RadioRealtors.com. So let's see if we can get our producer to bring up line number 2 with Bo, who is our special undercover rep at this community. Hey, thanks for being on the Radio Realtors today, Bo.
No problem. It's always a pleasure to be here.
All right. So, Bo, we want you to tell us a little bit about this great community that's roughly a 30-minute drive from Lincoln and roughly a 30-minute drive from North Natomas. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, without giving the specific location or naming the location, Rob, I can tell you that it's definitely a growing community, and it is very, very close to the surrounding areas of Natomas and Lincoln. It's not too far from Plumas Lake also, but I can also tell you that the land that we have is quite spacious. The lot sizes are apples to apples unheard of versus most likely any other new community that you're looking at in the greater Sacramento area, and we're very, very proud to sell in this little community.
So how many different models do you have in this community at this time there, Bo?
So, Rob, we have 5 different models ranging from a 3-bedroom, 1-story, all the way up to a 5-bedroom, 2-story.
Awesome. Now, tell us a little bit about some of the features that these beautiful homes have.
Well, I'm glad you asked. We're very proud to include quite a few features, including 9-foot ceilings, whole house fans, tankless water heaters, quite a bit of LVP upgraded flooring in the majority of the house, granite countertops, all of the kitchen appliances, including the refrigerator, stainless steel, all included. And probably the most exciting is solar is included in the price, and you own the solar. It is not a lease like most other builders. And not that I'm comparing, but this solar, you own it. So that's huge.
That is definitely huge. That's a big deal. And as we always say here on the Radio Realtors, it's way better to own your solar than to lease it, for sure. Now, Bo, because this community, it sounds like it's a little bit of a drive for people in the general Sacramento area. Sometimes the Sacramento area buyers, they don't want to go too far for some reason. Even though the Bay Area people will come to this area, and it's much, much further away. But can you tell us about some of the amenities nearby this community so that we can entice our listeners to go ahead and make that short drive out there?
Well, contrary to some of your communities that are a lot further north, we have more than 2 different grocery stores that are within a few miles away. So a grocery store, very convenient. And you also have Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Toyota Amphitheater, and a lot of outdoor amenities, including many rivers and hiking and camping spots that are California-wide known for their beauty and for their enjoyment. Also, there are hospitals within 10 minutes away. And so I think that having your medical needs and your food needs and your entertainment needs close by pretty much sums it up. Don't you think, Rob?
I would agree with you there, Bo. And one of the things also that you didn't mention was one of the most important things is there's a couple of great golf courses not too far away from this community also. So that's one of my favorite things anyway. So
there are. And you know, Rob, I did forget to mention, silly me, there's a kind of a trendsetter retail store we all know as Costco. And Costco has been announced that it will be closer than you think to this community. So I think Costco being announced is a huge win for everybody around.
Yeah, no, I would agree with you. And Costco is one of my favorite places to go for sure. And having one close, that is great. Now, with interest rates going up, Bo, in mortgage interest rates, are there any special incentives that you guys are doing for potential buyers out at this community?
Well, without giving everything away and not to get too deep, they definitely want to reach out to you, Rob, to gain more specific knowledge on that. And obviously, I can talk to them as well, to listeners. But I can tell you right now, the most exciting thing is that we only on select inventory, we do have a $25,000 price adjustment. And that is huge considering that our homes are priced in the low 4s starting already. So an additional $25,000 off, and it's only on a select few homes for each floor plan. So definitely, if you're encouraged by this information, listeners, please call Rob and set an appointment with me as soon as you can so we can tell you more.
And you have inventory right now that is available how soon for these people if they were interested?
We have closings as available as 30 days to get your keys.
That is fantastic. Yeah. So if you're looking for a brand new home that you can move in, you could literally have the keys within 30 days if you took a tour and you really, really like these beautiful, beautiful homes. Plus, he's talking about a price improvement of $25,000 on some of these homes, which is totally unheard of right now. So that is a great deal. Now, what's the best way for our listeners to view these homes and take advantage of all the incentives if they do decide to purchase one of these beautiful homes in this new community there, Bo?
Well, what I advise that they do is talk to you first so you can give them a comparison and a lay of the land of everywhere that their options are. And if they like what they hear about this community, then obviously we can all talk together and see what best fits their needs.
Great. And just remember, if you're interested in seeing one of these homes and then you're interested in actually purchasing one of these homes, you're going to get all the incentives that the builder and maybe their lender provide. But in addition to that, the Radio Realtors will contribute up to $1,000 towards your closing costs, additional dollars. And you could even maybe turn that into like a Home Depot gift card or a Lowe's card so that you can obtain some of those things to help beautify your home and make the move-in process just that much better. So if you're interested in taking a look at these wonderful homes that are just 30 minutes from Lincoln and North Natomas and receiving a private tour with Bo here, call the Radio Realtors right now at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. And Bo, thanks for being on the Radio Realtors today.
No problem. It was such a pleasure.
All right, so once again, everybody, to view these unbelievable brand new homes starting in the low $400,000 range, unbelievable. And especially with this price reduction, it is fantastic. Reach out to us right now at 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO. And unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this show. Make it a wonderful week, everybody. Hey, this is Robert Lewis.
And Frank Crandall.
And we are the Radio Realtors, and we're personally inviting you to Frank's Golf Tournament. It's a charity golf tournament called Swing for the Kids 2022. It's the 9th annual charity golf tournament. It's presented by the Frank R. Crandall Foundation, and it benefits Shriners Hospitals for Children right here in Sacramento.
It is happening on Monday, September 12th. Shotgun starts at 9 a.m., 7:30 a.m. The registration table opens up. It's going to be right here on Rancho Murrieta Country Club on the North Course. Rob, give them the details.
Well, it's only a $150 donation to be a part of the tournament. We're going to have men's and women's competitions, closest to the hole, longest drive, a putting contest, raffle prizes. Breakfast and lunch are included, as well as beer, soda, and water, and it is going to be a great event. To register, all you need to do is give us a call at the Radio Realtors, 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO.
Hey, if you need flooring for your home, you need Zotex Flooring. They're your partners as you redesign or remodel your home. Check out their hundreds of amazing reviews on Yelp and Google. Zotex is family run, and their friendly design experts will help you pick a beautiful floor that suits your home and lifestyle. Zotex also has a wide selection of cabinets and countertops. 4 showrooms to serve you: Sacramento, Rockland, Vacaville, and now in Elk Grove. Find them online at ZOTHEXflooring.com. That's ZotexFlooring.com.
Hi, this is Jerry with Chim Chimney Professional Fireplace and Home Services. Last year was our best ever, and to show our appreciation, we're offering discounts for all your spring cleaning and honeydew list. We're called Chim Chimney, so of course we do chimney cleaning and repairs, but we're also the trusted pros at rain gutter cleaning, dryer vent cleaning, pressure washing, tree trimming, and junk removal. Call us today at 916-247-6579 or online at thechimchimney.com. That's thechimchimney.com.
If you're in real estate, you know that being an agent isn't always as glamorous as you see on HGTV. The real life of a realtor can be tough physically, emotionally, and financially. What if there was a way to take control of your life and career without paying thousands of dollars? What if there was a way to put together a lucrative retirement plan that most agents only dream about? At the Radio Realtors, we help realtors create greater personal wealth by utilizing amazing advances in technology. Let's get together for coffee and discuss how you could be a part of history, like the Amazon of real estate. Find out how we're making real estate fun and rewarding through multiple streams of income. There's a saying, if you're going to live, leave a legacy, make a mark on the world that can't be erased. Whether you want to be a realtor, you have a few years in, or you're a veteran, are you ready to make your mark? Let us help you. Call us 833-32-RADIO. That's 833-32-RADIO, or online at radiorealtors.com.